Get up, you son of a bitch!
Cause Pawn's drunk loves ya.
Get ready to
Yeah, baby, you already know this is Punch, Drunk, Boxing, a.k.a. Mr. Moonshine himself, a.k.a. El Adobo, a.k.a. El Sazón, a.k.a. El Borracho, a.k.a. Café Bustelo, a.k.a. El Pastor de Boxeo. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are on this side of heaven. God bless you all. Ladies and gentlemen, fight week, fight week, fight week, fight week. One of the most anticipating fight in the welterweight division. Devin the Dream Haney stepping right back in the mix of things. Daring to be great once again, stepping up to his third division. Y'all already know Devin Haney, undisputed in the lightweight division, then stepped up to the 140-pound division and defeated Regis Prograis, who at the time was regarded to 1A, 1 or A2, the best in the 140-pound division at the time. Defeated Regis Prograis. There was a lot of questions to Devin Haney if his power was going to carry up from the lightweight division, and it did. His first impression, he knocked down Regis Prograis. A durable, hard-nosed, great fighter of that division, of this generation. And Devin Haney quiet all the chatters, quiet all the criticism, whether his power, whether his pillow fist is going to move up to the 140-pound division and translate and transition into the 140-pound division, and he did. It did. And then we all know he faced Ryan Garcia. Devin Haney came as the favorite to face Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia, let's be real, let's be honest, very unprofessional. Wasn't doing right by his team. Wasn't doing right by himself. A lot of things going out. A lot of things was going on wrong in his private life. I think he was getting a divorce as well. Spiritual war as well. Was fighting himself. Maybe the celebrity status was really taken into effect. You already know about them Hollywood people, right? Ryan Garcia came in overweight. Ryan Garcia missed weight in his first opportunity to become a champion, opportunity to become a champion. He dropped the ball. He dropped the ball out there versus Gervonta Davis when Gervonta Davis knocked him out. But of course, a lot of people find the asterisk in that victory because Ryan Garcia, it was a catch weight and a rehydration clause, just like we saw this past weekend with Chris Eubank Jr. Just doesn't go right. Yeah, in the first fight, it did well. He did pretty well, but he ended in the hospital. He ended in the hospital. It wasn't good. It didn't end up well, even though with a victory, yes. But for the most part, catch weight and rehydration clause don't come well. But Ryan Garcia missed weight, and Devin Haney, Bill Haney, y'all already know Bill Haney. Shout out to Bill Haney, father trainer, manager of the year 2023, decided to go for the bag. You know what I'm saying? Forget about Ryan Garcia, unprofessionalism. Forget about Ryan Garcia. Even Devin Haney already was telling Ryan Garcia, like, you ain't ready to fight. I don't think you're going to come and fight. You know what? We'll fight Arnold Barbosa if you ain't ready. But the money was too good to resist. The money, the moolah, the guap was too much to resist. Right? Shout out to Lodo's Boxing in the building. I'll read your comment in a second. Sensei in the building, one of the members of Punch on Boxing. You already know, man. Davo in the building. What's good, man? If you haven't become a member of Punch on Boxing, you already know where to go. Stop playing around. Support your boy. Support the channel. Support the movement. Support the high octane delivery. You already know. Support the passion. So, Devin Haney was the champion. Devin Haney was the most accomplished fighter going into that Ryan Garcia fight, right? He didn't have to act like a B-side. He didn't have to act like he come from a third world country and whatever it goes, you just got to say yes, whatever it is. Devin Haney had the power to pull out of that fight, or I'm not fighting Ryan Garcia. He's highly unprofessional. I'm a professional fighter. I did the things the right way. I came in weight. I came prepared. I'm doing good. This guy is unprofessional. He's not doing what he needs to do in his end. You know what? Barbosa is undefeated. Barbosa is ranked in mandatory precision. I'm still going to get credit if I beat Arnold Barbosa. But the 600K was too hard to resist. The 600K was too hard to resist. Devin Haney began paid very, very well throughout his career. Matter of fact, Devin Haney began paid very well, more than T.O., more than Shakur. Got a better guarantee than even Javonte Davis, that even Ryan Garcia. Was no need for Devin Haney and Bill Haney to stress that fight. But I believe that leading up to the fight, if y'all been following the channel, y'all already all been doing a lot of videos about this situation, right? In the past. Leading up to the fight, the Haneys was really paying attention also to Javonte Davis. I believe that they fought Ryan Garcia, not solely to fight Ryan Garcia, even though they got a rivalry back in the amateurs and stuff like that. But leading up to the fight, Bill was also paying attention to the potential fight with him and Javonte Davis. I think they were trying to gauge their numbers, their performance in numbers. Okay, you Javonte Davis, you saying you were the A side, right? You saying you the pay-per-view star, but you made your most money fighting Ryan Garcia. How about we fight Ryan Garcia, make the same type of pay-per-view, at least close pay-per-view, but I got the most accomplishment. I got good pay-per-view numbers. I beat Ryan Garcia like you beat Ryan Garcia, and then we go to negotiations, and then I'm the A side. I could pitch that I am the A side. I think while they was looking at Ryan Garcia, they was really looking through Ryan Garcia and paying attention to Javonte Davis. But that's just my opinion. Just because leading up to the fight, they was speaking like you see Bill Haney going back and forth with the Javonte Davis team online, and it was about Javonte Davis. Let's get this pay-per-view number as well. We need to get this fight because we got a potential. We're gonna knock out Ryan Garcia. The next is that we're gonna be pressing Javonte Davis. So even in the weigh-in, Ryan Garcia was drinking a beer. Sometimes they say cherry pick gone wrong. I don't think that this was a cherry pick, but they saw the way that Ryan Garcia was not professional, was not ready. And they're like, you know what? This is going to be an easy win. To the point, and I truly believe that Devin Haney really thought that this was going to be an easy win versus Ryan Garcia. He was out here in New York City. Shout out to my people. They be DJing. They promote out here in New York City. I remember on a Tuesday, my boy calling me saying, yo, we here with Ryan Garcia. This dude is twisted. He got mad chicks out here. My boy, on a Tuesday on fight week, New York City, chilling with my boy from the Heights. So I know for sure Ryan Garcia was not prepared to win. He was just prepared to cash in. He was going through things. He said, F it. The way that Ryan Garcia fought that fight, it looked like he said, F it, I'm just going to be swinging my left hook. The way that Devin Haney fought that fight was like, man, I know this guy is partying around. I know this guy ain't not professional. I know this guy's not ready. I know his nutrition is not right. You know what? I'm going to go out there and knock him out. Because we all know that Devin Haney does not fight the way that he fought Ryan Garcia. He was highly confident to the point where, shout out to Bill Haney. Bill Haney was telling his son, and it's good about confidence, but you want realistic confidence. He was telling him, you going to knock him out like Drago. He going to knock you out like Drago. He's Drago. We were like, hey, Devin Haney don't know damn Drago. And even today, and even right now, we're going to be discussing whether they're making the same mistake. I got Devin Haney being Brian Norman Jr. Just let me make myself clear, very, very clear. I'm predicting that Devin Haney is going to be Brian Norman Jr. But the question is, are they making the same mistake they did when they went to face Ryan Garcia? I'm hearing the same type of language. I'm hearing the same type of that same type of energy. When it was Ryan Garcia, we're going to be Drago, we're going to knock him out. When it was Brian Norman Jr., he's Debo. Debo what? We all know that Devin Haney doesn't fight like a Debo. We all know that Devin Haney doesn't knock out nobody. We know that Devin Haney doesn't got no power. We know that Devin Haney probably got a little bit marshmallow hands and stuff like that, but at the end of the day, he know how to win. He know the point system. He know how to win. He know how to win. That's one thing about Devin, the Dream Haney. It doesn't matter if you like his style or not. At the end of the day, he's highly accomplished, and his style wins fights. His style complements the way that you score a boxing bout. 4 criteria: clean, effective punches, jab, secondary, power punches, primary, ring generalship. Who controls the 3-minute intervals of each round, which Devin Haney does well. Effective aggression. He's not an aggressive fighter, but if you're an aggressive fighter, then he complements that. Then he does great on defense. So he makes his opponent ineffective aggression, He wins the defense. He wins the landing of the punch and clean, and he's the ring generalship for the most part of his career. He has been the ring generalship. He knows how to win the 4 criterias. He doesn't need to entertain you. He needs to entertain the 4 criterias to win a bout, and that's what Devin Haney does great. But when Devin Haney does what the fans want him to do, when Devin Haney says, you know what, I want to sit on my punches because the people are telling me that I'm boring, that I got to be more excited, that I got to compliment, and I got to be more like my contemporaries because Ryan Garcia knocked people out. Teofimo Lopez is entertaining. Gervonta Davis is entertaining. Hey, even Shakur Stevenson sometimes, even when he's up to the 135-pound division, he beat Yoshino. He knocked out Oscar Valdez in his big fight. They not only comparing me in wins and accomplishment, but also is my performances. If Devin Haney, if people, I believe there's two aspects on why people may not be fans of Devin Haney. That's maybe because his father be talking his ish online and pitches the nerves of people. Shout out to Bill Haney. I find him funny. And because his style is not an entertaining style. But every time Devin Haney tries to do what the boxing world wants him to do, he gets caught. He starts dancing salsa, like versus Linares. When his father said, knock him out. His father said it was pressing that fight because let's be honest, Bill Haney is also online and debating people and having dialogue with people. He hears the criticism firsthand from the haters and the supporters, right? So you saw Bill Haney in that corner. He was telling Devin Haney to knock him out. Come on, man, knock him out already. Come on, he's done. Knock him out in the 6th round. You saw Devin Haney. He was going for it. But when you go for it, you're suspected to get countered. When you go for it, you open up a little bit more. When you go for it, you stay in line a little bit more. And Devin Haney got called by Jorge Linares, started doing the salsa. But shout out to Devin Haney because he survived like a G. He survived like a veteran fighter. As a matter of fact, he survived like a fighter that has been hurt in the gym and learned how to survive. Listen, I think a lot of people sometimes hear boxing personnel, but they don't listen. See, I listen. I listen to interviews. I listen very, very well. When Bill Haney is talking, when Devin Haney is talking, some people contradict themselves. Some people say something in one interview, some say, but I listen very, very well. When Devin Haney went out there to Australia, right? When he went out to Australia, the first fight with George Camboso, it was a boring fight. As a matter of fact, Devin Haney could have done anything to George Camboso that night. He beat the guy to beat the guy, right? George Camboso, you already know, had his Buster Douglas moment versus Teofimo Lopez. Then he fought Devin the Dream Haney. Shout out to George Camboso for even fighting Devin Haney. He could have fought anybody in Australia, and it still would have done the same numbers, in my opinion. Because he's just coming home, a homecoming fight. He's the champion, blah, blah, blah. He was riding in his high horse, but George Camboso wanted to really fight somebody that's gonna give him credit. He wanted to defend his belts, which got to give him a lot of credit. Devin Haney went out there to Australia, but what you heard about them after the fight? Hey, we just try to get the victory. We try to secure the victory. We're not out there trying to knock somebody out. At the end of the day, we're going to Australia. Anything could happen. What we needed to do is secure that victory. Devin Haney played it safe, even with George Camboso, to secure the victory, to secure the belt. Thus, after the Ryan Garcia, he fought Jose Ramirez. And the way that he fought Jose Ramirez is to secure the belt, to secure his position and make sure. I'm not here for you guys, fans. I don't give a damn about what Turkey want to see. I don't give a damn. I got to secure this win because I'm the master of the 4 criterias. I'm going to secure this win. I'm going to secure the bag and then go to the Ryan Garcia fight. But then poses the question as well. Did they secure the fight? Did he fight like that to make sure this man is not going to touch me, not going to hit me, because I got to secure that bag? Because about the Haneys is about the bag, just like it was about the bag versus Ryan Garcia, and doing the mistake of not reconstructing the contract of same day weigh-in, penalize Ryan Garcia in that way. They just wanted the money. Well, Jose Ramirez, they fought like that because they want to secure the bag. Is he fighting Brian Norman Jr. to secure the bag because Turkey Al Sheikh said, oh man, you know what? You ain't Teofimo Lopez pulled out. Ryan Garcia lost. I don't have nothing. If you don't fight Brian Norman Jr., my friend, you would go to the top rank and probably get that $1 million you was going to get versus Sandor Martin, all right? I don't even want to deal with people that says yes to me. Y'all already know. When you're talking about filthy rich people, filthy wealthy, one of the words that they don't like to hear is no. Turkey Al Sheikh, I understand. This takeover motherfucker, pull out of the damn fight. He'd call me dictator, fuck him. But I'd have nothing for you. I told Teofimo Lopez after the boots and his ducked him that I cannot give him the type of money I was going to give him. Devin Haney, I cannot give you the type of money. Do you don't want to fight Brian Norman Jr.? Bill Haney, Devin Haney looking like shit. If we don't take this fight, man, shit, we're going to get that probably $1.5 million. If we go $1.5 million, we're going to get with Sandor Martin. Our market's not even up. The reason why we're getting money right now is because Turkey Al Sheikh. That's the reason they were suing Ryan Garcia. Because their stock went low. Remember? That's the reason why they sued Ryan Garcia for defamation and all that for being his ass. Remember? Because they felt their stock drop. Let's not forget. Hold on. Let's break it down on bossy logically objective. Let's bring out the facts. Let's bring out the facts. Is it here? Top rank won the purse bid for Devin Haney versus Sandor Martin. Fight with a winning bid of $2.4 million. According to the WBC rules, this means that the fight is set to be promoted by Top Rank. Nobody bid it on this fight. Not Matchroom, not Queensberry, not Golden Boy Promotions, not King's Promotion, not PBC. Nobody bid it on this fight. Nobody wanted to be in the business of Devin the Dream Haney. This is what we knew, the real value of Devin Haney after the fight with Ryan Garcia. His stock dropped. His value dropped. Nobody bid on this fight but Top Rank. 70-30 split of the purse in Haney's favor, though he expressed frustrations with the figure. The figure is that's his real value. See, let me see it like this, ladies and gentlemen. Let me take this thing out of the way right quick. I don't want fighters to think that the money that they get from Turkey Al Sheikh is their true value. I know they're going for the bag. It's out there, go to Saudi Arabia, get that bag at the end of the day. But let me tell you like this. If Turkey Al Sheikh says, you know what, I'm getting tired of boxing. I'm getting tired of this bullshit that the fighters ducking, not fighting the fight. I'm going to put all of my money into the soccer. I want Ronaldo. I am putting I got a new interest. I want LeBron James to play basketball in Saudi Arabia. I want the NFL. I want something else. These boxing people is hard to deal with. I am putting my money out of the sport of boxing. What is going to happen? What will happen? So I tell fighters right now, even when you're dealing with Turkey, shout out to Turkey doing incredible things in the sport of boxing. Shout out to the Conor Ben. Shout out to Chris Eubank Jr. He's doing incredible things. The Last Crescendo, the heavyweight undisputed, the light heavyweight undisputed. I like it. I love it. I love it. The Times Square. Should have just gave me the damn rematch with Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia. Should have gave me the damn fight with Boots and Teofimo Lopez. But I understand. Whatever. These fighters got to tell Turkey, I want to deal with you, Turkey. I don't want to deal with you too, but you would have to fight in my country. See, to be honest, how does it help the value of David Benavidez in America fighting over there? How does it help Devin Haney? See, David Benavidez has started to become a pay-per-view attraction, but now he's not going to be fighting here. It's going to take a step back. Americans ain't even talking about this fight. I was watching football yesterday. I was watching the Eagles and stuff like that. I watch sports. That sports is life. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't see no promo for this event. So little by little, boxing is becoming an instinct. Look at Jake Paul. Jake Paul is Yo, Jake Paul is the face of American boxing. Jake Paul is the face of American boxing, ladies and gentlemen. Look at today's announcement. Jake Paul versus Anthony Joshua. Got to give a lot of credit to Jake Paul. Jake Paul! Jake Paul is the face of American boxing in North America. Jake Paul is doing in his 14th fight that your favorite fighter ain't even doing. Jake Paul is stepping up. I don't want to hear no more criticism of Jake Paul. I don't want to hear nobody dissing Jake Paul no more. Ever in my channel again. Or you're going to be blocked, goddammit. Jake Paul is doing his thing. Randy con la bandera de República Dominicana. Randy, la música de Randy, ¿dónde está la música de Randy? La música de Randy, ¿a dónde está la música de Randy? DJ Camelo Alex Sensation. Hágame la música, young. All right, baby. Look at Jake Paul. As a matter of fact, a lot of people been dissing Jake Paul. Yo, I want to see Jake Paul fight a boxer. I want to see Jake Paul fight a boxer. Why is Jake Paul fighting this midget and Gervonta Davis? Why is he fighting? All right. He ain't fighting Gervonta Davis. He's fighting Anthony Joshua right now. What you got to say about that now? I've been telling y'all for years, Jake Paul is good for boxing. I've been telling y'all for years. I probably was one of the only ones in the YTBC that's saying Jake Paul is good for boxing. Don't blame Jake Paul. If anybody gonna be mad at this fight, you blame Anthony Joshua. Don't blame Jake Paul. Jake Paul is there to be great. Jake Paul es un loco. Jake Paul es un loco. He's crazy. He said, before I give Jake Paul credit, I have to see the fight. Come on already. Just give him credit right now. Decide he signed the fight. Give him credit. Give him credit. Fake Paul is the face of boxing. Nah, Jake Paul is the face of boxing, Pancho. Don't hate on him. Don't hate on him. Shit, he's giving us a real. Hey, yo, put it this way. Let me take my face out of it. Let me show my face, damn it. Let me show my damn face. I want to show my damn face, damn it. We've been begging Canelo Alvarez to fight David Benavidez longer than we've been begging fucking Jake Paul to fight a real boxer. We tell Jake Paul, fight a boxer. He fights a boxer quicker than Canelo Alvarez fight David Benavidez. Huh? What we talking about right now in the sport of boxing this past week? Hey, yo, you know what I'm saying? We got to see Boots versus Virgil, man. Hey, yo, Boots versus ducking Virgil. Virgil ducking Boots, yo. What's happening, man? Why they going to be, you know what I'm saying? They going to have a face-to-face, and now they going to give us a fight. Hey, yo, Jake Paul never had a face-to-face with Anthony Joshua, and boom, right away gave us a fight. Jake Paul is actually doing something quick. When you ask Jake Paul to do something, he does it quicker than when we asking these fighters to do. Huh? Jake Paul is actually answering the bell quicker than even the Canelo Alvarez. We say Canelo Alvarez want to see you fight David Benavidez. Still. Is it working? For how long? Look at this, folks. Jake Paul been fighting for 5 years. He just learned how to fight box, and you can't even count the first year, the second year. He still got to learn. Jake Paul learned how to fight 5 years ago and he's in the ring with Anthony. Going to be in the ring with Anthony Joshua. How long it took us to get Manny Pacquiao versus Floyd Mayweather? How long it took us to get Terrence Crawford versus Earl the True Spence? How long it's taken us for us to get Canelo Alvarez versus David Benavidez? Tell me. See, the thing is that you people been asking for Jake Paul to do this and do that. He already fought boxer. You just didn't respect the boxer he was fighting. Or he fought MMA fighters, respectable MMA. No, they're not boxers. Okay, he'll fight a Tommy Fury. Boom, he lost, all right, but he fought another boxer out there. No, oh, he still got to fight a boxer, man. He's still got to fight a boxer, man. He's still got to fight a boxer. Is Anthony Joshua good enough for y'all now? Or he needs to fight Alexander Usyk because Alexander Usyk beat Anthony Joshua. What's better for y'all? He's answering the bell. They're going to be on Netflix once again. Jake Paul is the king of North American boxing. Not the king. I'm going to say the face. Jake Paul is the face of North American boxing. If it wasn't for Jake Paul, let me say it like this, ladies and gentlemen, Netflix will not be in the business of boxing. If it wasn't for Jake Paul, Netflix would not be in the business of boxing. If Netflix is not in the business of boxing, you tell me an American platform that's going to be in the business of boxing. I'll wait. Anybody in the chat? If it wasn't for Jake Paul, most valuable promotions, right? Netflix will not be in the business of boxing. Can you tell me another American network that's into American boxing right now, ladies and gentlemen? Jake Paul opened the door with Netflix with Mike Tyson, Jake Paul, Amanda Serrano, Katie Taylor. Amanda Serrano, Katie Taylor performance kept the door open. Di que Tubi. ¿Quién es Tubi? ¿Ah? ¿Quién es ese tigre, Tubi? Floyd Mayweather versus Tyson gonna be on Netflix. The thing is that Jake Paul brought Netflix on the table. The Amanda Serrano versus Katie Taylor kept Netflix interested because the Chavez and the Jake Paul, Netflix didn't want that. They wanted Amanda Serrano versus Katie Taylor, the trilogy, and all the females. But then they was willing to put Gervonta Tann Davis and then Jake Paul because of the names. And now they kept it. So Netflix, we're not paying. We've already been paying for Netflix. Jake Paul is giving an affordable price. Look, the new DAZN prices came down. A lot of people say, man, I don't know, man. I ain't going to be paying for all that shit for real, bro. I ain't going to be paying all that shit for real, man. That DAZN, man. We're going to fire stick that shit. You ain't even got to fire stick the Netflix, Jake Paul versus Anthony Joshua. Y'all better thank Jake Paul. Y'all be a stupid mother effers. Y'all be still dissing Jake Paul. Y'all better thank. Boxing needs to thank Jake Paul. The industry of boxing got to thank Jake Paul right now. The women boxing got to thank Jake Paul right now. But anyway, let's keep on talking about the Devin Haney, Brian Oman Jr. The title of the live says, Devin Haney has not overcome his Ryan Garcia trauma. Yet that's the reason Haney beats Norman Jr. What do I mean by that? It looked like a contradicting type of title. But let me ask y'all in the chat right now. Smash that like button like if you was smashing your shorty. Smash that like button if you was smashing your shorty. If you haven't become a member of the channel, become a member. Let's go. Support your boy. Crema. Okay? Support. Crema coming, okay? Also, we may have a sweepstakes for Christmas. Stay tuned. You know, the humanitarian said that the other day. We may have it. Santa Claus coming to town. Maybe, baby. Let's see the support. No, they get the support over here to come for the sweepstakes and then y'all leave after the sweepstakes. Huh? Because I know who is who. All right? La Crema go to the real support, okay? Say inside the building. I know you're a little slick. I saw I remember we having the sweepstake. I said, become a member of and it went to 70 y se fueron toda la gente. Mira. Mal desagradecido ustedes. Anyway. Devin Haney. We all know. Looking at the fight with Devin Haney versus Jose Ramirez. Randy con los 20 pesos. The super chari party que respecting the work, supporting the time, sacrificing le sacrificio de Potro Boxing. Good looking out, Pancho. Dice Pancho. Good looking out, Randy. La música de Randy con los 20 pesos. ¿Dónde está la música de Randy? La música de Randy. ¡Va la familia! Dale sensation, págame la música, young. The boxing guys, hey, become a member to the channel. Support the channel. Super thanks the channel. Super chat the channel. Donate to the Cash App. Donate to the Cash App if you can. Esto es trabajo. Or the boxing guys is gonna wake you up in the middle of the night.
I see you in the chat, watching Punch One Boxing, and you had the audacity not to leave super thanks, super chats, Cash App to the man working hard. You shall not ever be in the chat without supporting. Become a member or you're going to hell. Become a member or you're going to hell right now.
You're gonna have nightmares. the boxing guy spoke and you're gonna be having nightmares. You better become a member right quick, son. Norman Jr. is going to KO Haney, Comic Legends. He is strong. I still can't believe. Anyway. Mira, Cesar, ¿verdad, Cesar? Cesar became a member porque the boxing guys came in the middle of the night in his dream. Díselo, Cesar, a ellos. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, anyway. We all know, let's be real, let's be honest. I don't give a damn if you're a fan of Devin Haney, and your Devin Haney supporters gonna have to, don't be hard-headed. And we all know, and the people that criticize Devin the Dream Haney are not fans of Devin Haney, but we all saw the Jose Ramirez fight. Devin Haney was running in a way that I never seen him fight like that before. Devin Haney fought like he won, but he fought scared. He literally fought scared, has eyes open like Pookie in New Jack City. Like Samuel L. Jackson in Jungle Fever. You know what I'm saying? I was prom queen. We all know that. And we all know why he fought like that. 2 reasons. Making sure to secure the bag, get out of harm's way, or he got PTSD off that Ryan Garcia ass whooping. Let's be real, let's be honest. Are we on the same page? Or there's gonna be some dude that be like, no, he's not. Devin Haney, you know what I'm saying? He just masterclass. I'll school them, you know what I'm saying? No, Devin Haney was fighting with man heart, man courage. Let's be real, let's be honest. We never seen Devin Haney fight like that. And even when Devin Haney used to be criticized back then by fighting boring or whatever, stuff like that, Devin Haney never fought like that. Devin Haney fought like he got PTSD from the ass whooping Ryan Garcia gave him. Are we all hands on deck, or do we agree? People in the chat, do we agree? Say yes, say no, say Punch, you bugging. No, I saw something else. I saw a masterclass performance. He schooled them. This is the way that you box. This is a sweet science. This is Punch. You just don't understand the sweet science. You just don't understand the sweet science, damn it. If you don't understand the sweet science, damn it, stop talking about boxing, because what he did out there in Times Square was beautiful. It was sweet and it was science. All the elements of the sweet science was there. And Devin Haney did it precisely. Already Home said he didn't want to engage. We saw that, but he still won the fight, like I said in the beginning of the live. Devin Haney is the master of the 4 criteria in the sport of boxing. He fights to win by points. He fights for the judges. He don't fight for the fans. But in the end of the day, the judges is all that matters. You understand what I'm trying to say? Devin Haney's approach is no different from when the dude from the hood, from the block get caught and he's fighting a case and he go to trial and he put his glasses on. He start putting a suit on. You know your boy ain't never put no goddamn suit on. You know your boy don't wear no damn glasses. He start putting a coof on. I just saw a dude in that he murdered his social worker. He murdered a social worker in Westchester, right? And the dude had glasses with a kufa on, trying to impress the judge, saying, you know, judge, I'm a good man. You know what I'm saying? Why when people get locked up and shit like that, they automatically want to wear like glasses? Motherfucker, you never had glasses on. You don't wear glasses. Like it's glass. I thought that having glasses is for people that can't, that has, you know, that don't have 20/20, that needs, you know, need the glasses to see better. When did glasses become, if I put my all right. When hold on, folks, hold on. Hey yo, when motherfuckers get locked up, they think that this is going to impress the judges, like they're somebody else, like they're good people. They like this one, child, and I like, I want attorney. I don't want to go to jail. I wouldn't do no damn life. Yeah, I killed the bitch, but shit. Like, if you take it off, you a criminal. You put it on. If you put it on, look, you take it off, or you a criminal. Like, it's like what? It's a switch, and then you put it on. I'm smart. I'm a good citizen. Who made this rule that if you got glasses on, you're not guilty, you're not bad, you're not a menace to society? Like, who came up with that, bro? Why do people, you see Young Thug, like, yo, who made the rule up? Who made the rule that wearing glasses is going to keep you out of jail? Who made that rule? Or you're not, or you're not bad. You're not a killer. You're not a menace to society. Because this is the power of you are a good citizen. Hey, yo, serial killers be wearing glasses when they kill people. I'm bad. I'm good. I'm bad. I'm good. Like, I never understood it. I never understood motherfucker going to court on trial and then putting sunglasses on, like if you were impressing the judge. But anyway, talking about impressing the judge. See, I always say that boxing translates to life itself. Listen up, folks. Listen up. Because see, the way that I talk boxing is actually very different from how everybody else be talking boxing. And shout out to all the boxing content creators. I always say that boxing translates to life itself. So y'all know I act comedic and I act examples of life when we're talking about the sport of boxing. That's why I always say that we all live in a 12-round bout. We all live in a 12-round bout. That's why I always say that boxing translates to life itself, because you can compare whatever's in the ring or whatever's going on in the sport of boxing to your own respective lives, right? So, you know why Devin Haney is a winner? I'm going to tell you like this. Because Devin Haney fights for who matters. If we fight in our respective lives for those that matter, we always win. If we always try to be the best for our significant other or our children, we always going to be good. When you go out there and you try to impress people that don't give a damn, what that's going to get you? Distracted, right? Devin Haney does not fight for us. Devin Haney fights for the judges. And that's why, for the most part, he gets the wins. That's why he's a winner. That's why he got the victory over Vasily Lomachenko, because I fight for the judges while certain fighters fight for the crowd, fight for the fans. When Devin Haney fights for the fans, he gets caught, he gets in trouble, he starts dancing salsa with Linares. He's saying that he want to be entertaining, he get knocked out by Ryan Garcia. When he starts fighting for the fans, when he starts fighting for the judges, Devin Haney is a very great fighter, pound for pound caliber. Boxing Talk in the building with the $10 super chatty body que a comprar. China para la familia. Oh no, that's only one order. One order. Hey, the Chinese food went from $10 to $12. But anyway, looking at my brother. After seeing the face-off, I don't know. Norman seems like a grown man, and Haney seemed like a kid. I hope Haney gives a good account of himself in victory or defeat. Norman gives off old school manhood vibes, right? Haney in trouble. Ooh. Boxing Talk says that Haney is in trouble. I don't know. Devin Haney been winning. Devin Haney been fighting men already. Devin Haney fought Jojo Diaz, Linares, you know what I'm saying, the Gambos of the world and stuff like that. Yeah, it looked like Brian Noma Jr. is a man-child, but looks could be deceiving. Sonny Liston looked like a grown-ass killer in front of young 22-year-old Cassius Clay. Huh? And Cassius Clay flowed like a butterfly and stung him like a bee. So looks could be deceiving as well. Sonny Liston, arguably in the history of the sport of boxing, had the meanest face. Thug, gangster. He a gangster, grown man. People was afraid of young Sonny Liston. Sonny Liston didn't even have facial hair. Looked like a child in front of Sonny Liston. So I don't know. Sometimes the meanest guy is always the one to get their butt whooped. Feel me? Sometimes the meanest guy is the one to get his butt whooped. You understand what I'm saying? But I understand Boxing Talk. I understand my brother. But I'm going to say it like this. Devin Haney's trauma may have him winning all his fights till he retires. See, remember, I say that boxing translates to life itself. What is trauma? Trauma could be when you was a child and you put your hand on a stove and you get burned, right? And you never do it again because you're traumatized by it. Traumatized by it that you fell in love with somebody that you trusted and she cheated on you, or vice versa, he cheated on you. And yeah, you may be in relationships, but you're always going to be on the fence. You're never going to give your heart fully to them because your heart was broken. And yeah, it may lead to another relationship and not giving you your all to that other person that's truly given, that truly genuine wants to give their all. But because of that trauma, you don't give in. Ladies and gentlemen, look at the nature of this country. There's a lot of Black people with trauma of what happened in the history of America. As a matter of fact, that trauma has been adopted by generations and generations. It got to the point where 3 generations ago of trauma, people today is suffering. There's Black people today in America that hasn't even gone through what their ancestor gone through or what their great grandmother have gone through, but they still feel that impact like there is like hardcore racism. They still probably act like they're still the water fountain says white and color. You understand? But that's trauma. They're not going through it, but the trauma. Devin Haney's. I'm gonna give you another example. There's some girls that you ever been to a bar? And I know some of you guys are a little, you know what I'm saying, trying to be roofie chicks and stuff like that, trying to be Bill Cosby in the bar, in the lounge, right? But have you ever had a girlfriends and stuff like that? They'd be like, yo, I think I got poison. I think somebody put something on my drink. And then now they cover their drink. They go to the drink. They take their drink to the bathroom. They always want to cover their drink and stuff like that because of the trauma or what happened in the past where somebody took advantage of them and they woke up in a hotel or on the telly or somebody's house or somebody's apartment and stuff like that. She ain't know what happened, right? Trauma. Devin Haney has trauma. The fight that we saw with Devin Haney versus Jose Ramirez got trauma. I don't give a damn. To be honest, look, I don't give a damn about all the videos. I don't give a damn that's Devin Haney flexing with the 12-pack, 13-pack, whatever he had. Oh man, look, he ain't Photoshop. I'm strong. And yo, Devin Haney is hurting people in sparring. Devin Haney look like an incredible. Devin Haney is Debo. No. The only muscle that I will want to see this Saturday in Saudi Arabia is this. Is Devin Haney over the ass whooping of Ryan Garcia? But I don't want to contradict myself because at the end of the day, I think that his trauma is the reason why he's going to beat Brian Oman Jr. Devin Haney's trauma of the ass whooping of Ryan Garcia is the reason he is going to beat Brian Oman Jr. in a fashion that you're not going to like, but the judges is going to respect. Boxing Talk with the $10 super chat in the building. God bless you, my brother. Thank you for the support. Hey, yo, Boxing Talk, thank you for the support. You have been a great, what was that? A great support, my brother. Thank you. I appreciate you to the fullest, man. I hope you're doing well and all of that, man. I just want to say thank you for being loyal to the channel and supporting your boy Punch Drunk Boxing and respecting the work and the content. He said, who Devin ever fought that was young and hungry, that could match his athleticism? I don't know, bro. Who you got with the Mason fight, Anthony Yard and Live Dog? Trauma can be passed down genetically. That's something I got to look. Genetically, that's something I got to look into. You know what I'm saying? Whoever, okay. The thing is, Devin Haney is too young. I hear this before, and I want to break it down to you, bro. I want to break it down, Boxing Talk. I hear this a lot. Who Devin ever fought that was young and hungry? When Devin Haney is fighting these guys, it's abnormal for Devin Haney at his age to fight somebody his age like that. I'm hearing this a lot. Oh, who has Devin Haney fought at his age? Devin Haney already was a world champion 22, 23 years old. Who becomes a champion 22, 23 years old? He fought Ryan Garcia, yeah. But not all the fighters coming up doesn't fight. They don't put the same ages together right away. You understand? Who did Teofimo Lopez fought that is his age coming up? Who did Ryan Garcia fought outside of Gervonta Tank? And Gervonta Tank Davis is older. Who did Ryan Garcia fought his age? Feel me? Who is Abdullah Mason fighting his age? Think about it. Is Abdullah Mason fighting anybody his age? Is Emiliano Vargas fighting anybody his age? Is Kid Austin fighting anybody his age? Was Mike Tyson, when he became heavyweight champion of the world, undisputed by the age of 20, 21, was he fighting anybody in his age? So it's not a bad that Devin Haney has a fought in his age. The thing with Devin Haney and these guys that they're ahead of their time. They're ahead of schedule. It is very, very good to see young fighters go through the contenders, to the gatekeeper, to the champions that was veteran, and still in the back end of their prime. Jojo Diaz, when he fought Devin Haney, was in the back end of his prime. Gamboa was outside of his prime. We could see that. But Jojo Diaz was in the back end of his prime. Linares was a little bit past his prime, but still could compete, still could test a 21, 22-year-old Devin Haney. Who Xander Zayas is fighting his age? Xander Zayas beat Patrick Teixeira. Is that his age? You understand what I'm saying? Who is Daniel Dubois fighting his age? Daniel Dubois lost to Usyk. Usyk is nearly 40 years old. Daniel Dubois, Anthony Joshua. Anthony Joshua is mid-30s heading to 40. Who is he fighting his age? Who is David Benavidez fighting his age when he became a champion by the age of 20? Was he fighting his age? So I know that a lot of people use that emphasis that Devin Haney hasn't fought prime fight. It's going to be hard, right? Not everybody is capable of moving like Devin Haney. Managers don't move careers like Devin Haney, like Teofimo Lopez, Abdullah Mason, Shakur Stevenson, and stuff like that, right? Look at Boots Ennis. Boots Ennis got 35 fights. Who he been fighting all these years? Is Brian Nome Jr. fighting people his age? No, he's young, 23, 24 years old, right? Bam Rodriguez, his best win, lucrative win was Estrada. He beat Sonny Edwards, who just recently retired. He beat Quadra, Rumvasai. Who Bam Rodriguez is fighting his age? But let me finish this. I got you. Good looking out. And then he goes, that Camacho's athleticism. I don't know, bro. Who you got, Mason? I got Mason becoming the youngest champion in the sport of boxing this Saturday. I got Abdullah Mason beaten. Anthony Yard, I think he's gonna get stopped by David Benavidez in the 7th or 8th round, in my opinion. I think he's a live dog, but doesn't got the skills, the skills or the IQ to beat David Benavidez. Trauma can be passed. All right. Good looking now with that. And boxing talk again. Boxing talk with the $10 super chatty party case says, that's how you know Christ coming back. And it's real. Facts. God got punched defending Haney. Yo, boxing talk got choked. He said, yo, that's how you know Christ is coming back and is real. God got punched defending Haney in these YTBC streets. Anything is possible. Love you, hermano. Keep being you and growing, King. Yeah, he said, yo, Devin Haney, I'm just keeping it real. Even when I said that Devin Haney is a boring fighter, I'm just keeping it real with me. But I always say that Devin Haney know the way how to win fights. I always say that Bill Haney is a great manager, probably the best manager in the sport of boxing, him and Keith Connolly. I said that they was going to be one of the most powerful forces in the sport of boxing because what he was doing young and because he understands the business of boxing better than his contemporaries, right? And look at the move that Bill Haney is doing. Even with the loss of Ryan Garcia, he managed to do a business directly with Turkey Ashe, get him $10 million for Jose Ramirez and get him another payday. Bill Haney always have his son in position. Bill, and outside of the 1-year layoff that a lot of people were saying that he should have had that 1-year layoff after the beatdown of Ryan Garcia, he right back in the mix of things and fighting more than even, 2 fights. Collecting $20 million. Rumor has it that he's gonna get another $10 million fighting Brian Nome Jr. He's running, business-wise, Devin Haney is running circles through all his contemporaries. He's running circles. And still in position, not to only collect, but still in position to become a 3-division world champion, right? And a legacy fight. Still a legacy fight. Got to give him a lot of credit. And also what humbled me, what massively humbled me is when my guy Teofimo Lopez pulled out of negotiations. Doesn't matter whatever the reason is. It's a fight that in broad daylight, knew what was coming. The fans was into it. The fans been talking about it for years, back and forth. I've been heavily critiquing the Haneys that they've been ducking and avoiding the fight with Teofimo Lopez. I've been the number one critic of Devin Haney that they was not genuine into getting a fight with Teofimo Lopez. Now I'm not going to the meeting with Bob. All these years back and forth. All these years, me and the Haneys going back and forth for years, man. We have a hate and love. Now I would say a combative but respectful relationship back and forth. And when the time was there, my guy, pulled out of the negotiations. My guy put out of the fight. I can't. I don't have the energy to criticize Devin Haney. There is no more criticism. Every battle they won that day when my guy Teofimo Lopez pulled out. I have nothing else to say. I am as humble as it comes. I'll be stupid enough. That's it. That chapter is closed. Unless there's another chapter in the negotiations. But even if they ever go to a negotiations ever again, and Devin Haney pulls out of the negotiations, even though that Devin Haney didn't want to fight Teofimo Lopez with a top rank deal, but this deal was more lucrative. This deal was more lucrative. It was good timing, especially for Teofimo Lopez, because, like, again, Devin Haney looked like he got PTSD. Everybody was up for it and got humbled. We got humbled. Smash that like button. Haney won the Lomachenko fight because the judges were paid off. No, it didn't. No, it didn't. No, it didn't. I believe that Lomachenko won that fight, but it was a close fight, and it was a great fight. That was the definition of a chess match. Whatever they sold that fight, Lomachenko and Devin Haney, they sold it to a T. Checkmate. The judges were not paid off, bro. If the judges were paid off, you would give it to top. You would say that it should have gone to Vasily Lomachenko, because Vasily Lomachenko was with top rank. That's the golden. That was their doll, their golden goose. If anything would have been paid off, it would have been that Lomachenko would have won that fight in the scoring cards, because then Devin Haney became a free agent. So he took his belt. He took all his belts away from Top Rank. He had no power. He had no political power. But I believe that Devin Haney trauma of the Ryan Garcia ass whooping is the reason why he's going to beat Brian Oman Jr. Devin Haney is not stupid enough. Bill Haney, Devin Haney's not stupid enough to ever risk their value again. They saw. Ladies and gentlemen, it got so bad at one point, and I know the stress. It got so bad at one point that Devin Haney was going to fight on BLK Prime. That's how bad it was after the Ryan Garcia fight. It got so bad they were suing. They was emotionally damaged, just like Shanae Jenkins. You know what I'm talking about. Just like Shanae Jenkins. They was furious. Furious. They was on their way. If Turkey did not step in and partner up with the Haneys, they was about to do a show on BLK Prime. That's how bad it got. Matchroom Boxing didn't want to sign them. Top Rank, they didn't want to go with the purse bid. Devin Haney didn't want to go with a purse bid won by Top Rank. They was dissing Eddie. They was dissing Top Rank. They was suing Oscar De La Hoya. They was in bad position. They was in bad position. Turkey Al Sheikh saved the day. Turkey Al Sheikh saved the value. Turkey Al Sheikh saved the pocket. They're never going to risk it again. The days of you asking Devin Haney to sit down on his punches, let me see if you got power. Yo, go out there for the knockout. You boring. That's the trauma right there. They're never going to go through that again. Financially, or I'm talking about in stock, because they're always good financially, but I'm talking about in stock and in beat that and the physical side of things, the financial part of it and the physical part of it, Devin Haney trauma will be the reason that he's going to be victorious versus Brian Oman Jr. He will fight like he did versus Jose Ramirez. It's going to be up to Brian Oman Jr. to entice the judges that you are a better fighter within the 4 criteria of judging a fight. And I don't think Brian Oman Jr. is. It's the reason why I got Devin Haney beating Brian Oman Jr. I don't got Devin Haney beating down Brian Norman Jr. I don't got Devin Haney knocking down Brian Norman Jr. I don't got Devin Haney hurting Brian Norman Jr. I got Devin Haney winning the 4 criteria of how to score a bout. And Brian Norman Jr. is not better than Devin Haney in that. And would never be better. It would never be better than Devin Haney in that. He was just not. He's just not. Am I saying he's a better fighter? I think Brian Norman Jr. could fight. I don't think that Brian Norman Jr. is better in the 4 criteria is how to judge a fight. Yo, Devin Haney is running versus Jose Ramirez. What was the scorecard in the Jose Ramirez and Devin Haney? What was the scorecard again? Because we talking, but if you talking to a boxing judge, he's like, I don't know what the fuck y'all talking about. No, Devin Haney won. Devin Haney won, sorry. I don't give a damn about this entertainment. I don't give a damn about nothing. All I know is that he, one of the 4 criteria is how to score a bout. I'm a licensed judge. You're not, damn it. The scorecard for Devin Haney. Let me see if it's this one. Oh. Devin Haney defeats Jose Ramirez by unanimous decision. 119-109. 119-109. 118-110. Devin Haney's doing in the way that you judge boxing. Devin Haney performed almost perfect. In the judge's eyes, Devin Haney was a perfect fighter. In the judges of Turkey Al Sheikh and us, no, I don't want to see no Tom and Jerry anymore. I do not want to see Tom and Jerry anymore. No running. To the point they had a petition. Shout out to Showbiz the Adult. Had a petition out there. Thousands of them signed, even including myself. I signed too. No more running in boxing. Devin Haney still got to fight. Devin Haney still got paid. Getting paid just as much as his contemporaries or way more. Still active. Turkey Al Sheikh still love Devin Haney. Wait a minute. Let's put it what Turkey Al Sheikh put. Tweet it. What the Turkey Al Sheikh said? Devin Haney would fight anyone. I respect that. I respect him. For the May 2025 Haney versus Ramirez, Devin Haney earned a purse of $10 million, while Jose Ramirez earned $3 million. $10 million, and he's going to get paid again. All that shit that we talked about, all the smear campaigns and criticism of Devin Haney running, got him another big payday. Running got him another opportunity. Running and his style and the way that he beat Jose Ramirez has been a blessing to Devin Haney. Devin Haney ain't never going to switch up. If Devin Haney switch up, then he's a dumb fighter. If I was Devin Haney himself in the corner, if I was a second-hand trainer, I'd be like, what's the instruction? Yo, punch, give me instructions. Run. Nah, run to the left, run to the right. Keep on running. Stay on the ropes. Don't stay on the ropes. Don't get pinned. Just run. Side to side. Move to the back. Roll to the right. Take it back now, y'all. 2 hops, 2 hops. 2 hops, 2 hops. Everybody clap your hands. If I was a second head coach, hey, yo, Bill. Hey, yo, give me a ticket to go to Saudi Arabia right now. Huh? Move to the left. Move to the right. Take it back now, y'all. 2 hops, 2 hops. Wait. 2 hops, 2 hops. Dun, 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 dun. I want you to dance around. Say it again. Boom, boom, boom. To the left. Take it back now, y'all. 2 hops, 2 hops. You ain't gonna give me 2 hops, 2 hops. You ain't gonna give me Brian Norman Jr. Devin Haney is going to run, and running will secure the bag once again. And then they're gonna Bill and them gonna go on social media and go and call out the fighters like, we want Boots, we want Conor Ben, we want the rematch with Ryan Garcia. Teofimo Lopez, you're gonna fight Shakur. We want Shakur. We want this. His trauma is the reason why he's gonna be successful. Our trauma is also a gift in succeeding in life. Sometimes we don't got to go through the same mistake. Sometimes it's good. Sometimes what we think is bad is a lesson to be learned. Right? A lot of us born broke and poor, shelters, homeless, been through it all. Been through it all, ladies and gentlemen. I've been through it all. Right? You know what's the scariest? You know what's the scariest shit to me? You know what's the scariest? Now, I'm not going to say scary, but if you don't have enough money to put on the table, you know what will be you know what will be heartbroken to me, heartbroken. And trust me, I've been through tough time. I'm not saying that the shit is good. No, it's not good. It's still tough. But if my kids or my son that's older asks, yo, dad, can I get this money? And I say, I don't have. I never want to. That's a stress. And that's when you don't have money. When your running is running low. Come on, man. You know it. When money is running low and you're looking at that and you're looking at your account, right? And you're like, man, I got choices. If I pay this fucking bill, I'm going to be flat out broke. No emergency money. I got to hold out. And me hold out just a little bit, couple of weeks and stuff like that. Fuck it. If it's a late payment, it's a late payment. But I still, if there's an emergency, you know what I'm saying? I've been there. And I wasn't far removed from there. It gets crazy. My grandmother one time told me, she said, when you are running low on money, that's when bad things creep up to earn money. And that's why we see a lot of crimes committed in the poor areas. Sometimes it's not that people truly want to commit the crime, it's that people want to survive. Devin Haney trauma is what's going to make him survive versus Brian Norman Jr. People could laugh. People could keep on saying, Ryan Garcia whoop your ass, and they could keep on playing the same video. That's going to keep reminding Devin Haney not to do and not to approach Brian Norman Jr. the way that he did Ryan Garcia. That's why we saw Devin Haney fight the way that he fought versus Jose Ramirez. And if Devin Haney see that his performance versus Jose Ramirez got rewarded by Turkey, by the judges, by the prince, by everybody, why would he change? Boxing Talk with a $10 super chat. Good looking out, my brother. He said, if Haney dominates Norman, he jumps to the front of the line of the four kings. This fight takes him to another level. But I got another hot take. The best fighter of them all is Bam Bam, and it's not close. I don't know if we could put Bam Bam in the four kings because he's never going to fight them. See, the four kings was that they all could fight each other as well. They're around the same type of division. So Bam is going to be one of the greats. You know what I'm saying? He's going to be one of the greats. He's already pound for pound top 5, but he's not going to be added in the four kings. That's like us adding David Benavidez into the four kings. You know what I'm saying? The four kings is they could all fight each other around the same weight division, maybe 1, maybe 2, but eventually they all fought each other. They're about to fight each other, right? Add Wilfred Benitez in it as the Fab 5, right? But I don't know. Yeah, to be honest, I don't know if Brian Norman Jr. versus Devin Haney puts him in that conversation, two things, right? Boxing talk. Good looking, I appreciate you. Devin Haney is moving up, so Brian Norman Jr. is fighting a smaller fighter. I don't know. I don't know if I put him in that. If Brian Norman Jr. beats Devin Haney, do y'all put him on the pound for pound on what? But if y'all put him on the pound for pound, where? If Brian Norman Jr. beats Devin Haney, who's currently right now not on the pound for pound, where would you have Brian Norman Jr. on the pound for pound list? Anybody in the chat? I don't know. Maybe it's the timing. Maybe because we see from Ryan to Jose Ramirez, like, yes, Devin Haney could be an elite fighter. At the moment, is Devin Haney an elite fighter? At the moment, I'm not saying he's not an elite talent. At the moment, does he look like an elite fighter? At the moment, leading up to the Brian Norman Jr. fight. Facts. Let's take care of our money, kings, and get out of debt. Look at how boxing talk. Facts. That is crazy. Let's think long term. Support our family and the real ones, and don't forget what you mean. Give money to the fake. Don't give money to the fake. Let's so we remember the poor and least of these. I know a couple of I get it. I get it. Boxing talk. I get it. Boxing talk. Appreciate you. Yeah, man. Support the real. That's why boxing talk is supporting the real. So I'm talking about boxing talk. Yeah, support the real, especially in times like this, right? Especially in times like this, man. But yeah, man, that's why I appreciate y'all, my brothers. Cause hey, boxing talk. Y'all don't know. KSO, the members, you guys are really coming through. You know what I'm saying? Y'all really coming, y'all really supporting and coming through. Cause just like I don't know what's going on in y'all lives, you might not know what's going on in my lives. It's not all fine and dandy and stuff like that. In times it is, and times is a struggle and stuff like that. But I truly appreciate y'all. Truly appreciate y'all. Good looking out with the box, with a $20 super chat, man. Appreciate you, my brother. Love you, my brother. Love is love. Love is love. God is good, and I also appreciate you that you always emphasize a spiritual relationship that we both you know what I'm saying, have in common, and that's loving God. We're not perfect, but I believe that God knows us perfectly and knows our capabilities and our and ways to strengthen the relationship with Him. And He's given us time as well. So shout out to Boxing Talk. Shout out to everybody that you know has a personal relationship with God. That's the greatest relationship you could ever have. You know, Fight Fury Films in the building. Says Brian Norman doesn't know how to lose. That's his X factor. Can Haney overcome his fears? I think Devin Haney knows how to lose, knows what to do not to lose. Sometimes, if you win all the time, the unknown is how to lose, how to make adjustments. I think that's the only good thing about if you ever taken a loss in life, because not any loss in life is not a defined like that's it, the conclusion of your life. You know what I'm saying? You can learn from that loss. We all have losses. All have losses. It could be very, very tiny. That is not impactful, right? It doesn't stop you. It doesn't make you lose sleep. We all lost in something. Sometimes we lose time. Time in itself. Sometimes we lose time. Sometimes we think that time is, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes we lose time. You know? We lose friends. We lose significant others. We lose bond, we lose chemistry, we lose something. Either it's tiny, either it's big, right? Pause. But yeah. I think that I don't know if Brian Norman Jr. is capable of making the type of adjustments that Devin Haney learned how to make. See, that's why the adjustments, that's why look, I remember when Devin Haney and Bill Haney said, once said that my son never had a nosebleed. He never been hurt in sparring. I remember years ago, we was chopping it up. And I'm like, yeah, right. But, you know, they all going to say certain things and stuff like that. But Devin Haney, the way that he survived versus Linares and how he held, he's been hurt before. He learned that. You just don't learn. There's certain fighters that get hurt and they're done. There's certain fights that know how to, when they hurt and they take a knee, then their faculties are still up. Just like when Kell Brook was getting beat down by Earl Spence, he took a knee, gave himself a chance. There's certain fighters that's not smart enough to even take a knee to get them back and to take a round off already. You already lost that round. Take that knee and come back and be stronger, or let your trainer give you another instruction so you can make an adjustment. Devin Haney know how to survive. Devin Haney also, when he was getting beat down by Brian Omi Jr., he got up and he was stepping to Ryan Garcia. I said Brian Omi Jr. No, when Devin Haney was getting beat up by Ryan Garcia, Devin Haney stood up and went after Ryan Garcia. He didn't run. He tried to make adjustments. He just couldn't. But his survival tactic was there, and his will to fight back was there. So I seen Devin Haney survive in a way of trying to hold, but also trying to fight you back. I seen him surviving in a very veteran-like versus Jorge Linares at a very young age. I seen Devin Haney versus Lomachenko not getting the instructions that he needs to adjust, but letting his father know, yo, this is happening to me. And he's not getting the proper instruction and he still found a way to squeeze out a victory and get the judges to see him as the victor. He still had to adjust. All right, he took the Vasily Lomachenko fight and the Ryan Garcia fight is the best fight for Devin Haney. Because Devin Haney learned versus Vasily Lomachenko that you took my best weapon away from me. This has been my weapon. It made me become an undisputed. It made me become a world champion. It made me really who I am, my jab. Everybody in the sport of boxing knows that that's it. That's Devin Haney's primary arsenal. That's what makes Devin Haney, is his jab. It's not his power. It's not. Devin Haney was forced to make an adjustments and forced to strictly go to the body, strictly be in the middle of the ring versus Vasily Lomachenko. So then after that, Devin Haney learned, okay, I could win without my jab as well. I'm good enough to win without my best arsenal. Now you pack that wisdom up, right? We seen him go to the 140-pound division and his power did transition fighting Regis Prograis, right? We seen the Ryan Garcia and we see the Jose Ramirez. So Devin Haney saying, yo, I could win in the middle of the ring versus Vasily Lomachenko. I could win if I don't want to be touched at all. I could make this shit a boring fight. I don't give a damn about the fans. I don't care about nobody here. I could win a shutout, but not even engaging. And I could try to get the knockout, but I also know how to survive. See, these are the things that Brian Omi Jr. is going to have to figure out how to adjust to Devin Haney. Could he adjust to Devin Haney's adjustments? Does he have the IQ to adjust? Could he adjust in the fight, or does he need to go back to the drawing board and adjust like that into a second fight or whatever? Because that's what makes Floyd Mayweather special. Floyd Mayweather know how to make in-ring adjustments in a timely fashion. A lot of great. That's what separates the great to the very great. Could you make the adjustments on the fly? Can you do what Thurman did to Porter? All right, we're fighting this fight, and then in the championship rounds, I'm really gonna box you. I'm really gonna use my legs and my lateral movement and stuff like that. And he separated himself. Can you make in-ring adjustments? Can you do what was another in-ring adjustments? We've seen Floyd Mayweather do it with Shane Mosley. We've seen who made that good in-ring adjustments the other day. It was a fight that I was talking about. What's the other fight that we was talking about? Look at Conor Benn. He made the adjustments, but going back to the drawing board versus Chris Eubank Jr. He became the jabber. He landed more jabs. He was boxing more. In the first fight, it was all just a brawl to him. It was just a fight. We saw Conor Benn use his head. Look at the adjustments that Karen look, and I gave Boots Ennis a lot of credit for this. A lot of people criticize Jerome Boots Ennis for the first Karen fight and things of that nature, where he was trying to close the gap, try to cut the ring off and stuff like that. The Karen was moving a lot, right? But he still managed to win the fight, and it was and the scorecard was wide as well. It's just that the momentum that he had, people thought he was going to just knock out Karen. Then in the second fight, Karen said, "I'm going to fight Jerome Boots Ennis," but guess what? Jerome Boots Ennis was also ready for that. So Jerome Boots Ennis, it didn't matter what Karen was doing. He made the adjustment, and still Boots Ennis found a way and adjusted himself to beat him. I don't know, Punch Drunk, if the unwritten rule still applies. Haney gonna have to take the fight to Norman and not just survive. Nah. Remember what I said. Devin Haney does not fight for us. Devin Haney does not fight for the myth. See, look, and this is a great example. Shout out to Shooting Facts. This is the great example that I was talking about earlier. He said, "I don't know, Punch Drunk, if the unwritten rule." Remember what you just wrote. Unwritten. The judges don't deal with unwritten. The judges don't deal with championship rounds. The judges don't deal. You got to take it to you. The judges don't deal that you got to take it to the champion or take it from the champion to become a champion. The judges don't score like that. That is for commentary. That is for marketing, advertising. That has all those talking points that we learned throughout the years in the sport of boxing. Championship rounds. You need to take it from the champion to be a champion. No. Did George Kambosos took it from Teofimo Lopez in the championship rounds when Teofimo Lopez was the one that won the championship rounds and dropped George Kambosos? Did he take it from the champion? He didn't take it. He did pretty good. But if we're talking about the unwritten rule of taking it from a champion, the undisputed champion, like that, there's no such thing as that. You got to take it from a champion. There is no rule in the 4 criteria of judging a fight, right? He's going to have to take the fight to Norman and just survive. No. All Haney needs to do is survive effectively. That's it. All Devin Haney has to do is win the impressions of the 4 of the judges. That's it. Not to impress us, not to take it from the champion, not to say the championship rounds, not this, not that. Nope. All he needs to do is fight and win the 4 criteria of judging a fight. And Devin Haney is a master at that. That's all he got to do. That's all he got to do. Boxing talk with a $10 super chat. My brother says, I feel like he could push Haney and just outmule him. But I do think Bam is much better than all of them. And honestly, no disrespect, but Kerr versus Tio is going to be Mikey Garcia versus Spence. It ain't close. Kerr versus Tio is going to be like Mikey Garcia and Spence. Wow. I don't know what that. I think that Kerr versus Tio is going to be like James Toney versus Roy Jones Jr. That's the best example I could give. James Toney being Shakur Stevenson and Teofimo Lopez being Roy Jones Jr. At the time, the best defensive fighter was James Toney at the time. Roy Jones Jr. had more athleticism, had more flair, had more speed, had more God-given ability. And that right there is what beat James Toney. You just couldn't compete with that natural God-gifted ability. James Toney couldn't learn nothing in the gym to be Roy Jones Jr. at that point in time. And I think it's going to go like that. Mikey Garcia and Spence. I don't know. I don't see that. Mikey Garcia and Spence. Mikey Garcia ain't even done nothing. Mikey Garcia was just fat-footed throughout the whole fight. He was just taking punches. Errol Spence landed and threw almost 1,000 punches. I doubt that. I doubt that that Shakur Stevens is going to throw 1,000 punches, my brother. Nah. I disagree with you on that one, Boxing Talk. I don't see that fight no way near that. Mikey Garcia and Errol Spence, two way different type of styles. I think it might look like Eubank versus Conor Ben too. I don't see that either, Fight Fury Films. Good looking out, Fight Fury Films. Thank you. I'm shooting facts. I appreciate you. I think it might look like Eubank versus Conor Ben. Oh. No. How? Teofimo Lopez versus Shakur may look like Eubank versus Conor Ben too? I don't know. Nah, I don't see it. I mean, what y'all talking about? The outcome of it or the style? Because I'm thinking about the style and the outcome. Oh, y'all saying just the outcome of it, the scorecard of it, but Conor Ben too, isn't it? Nah. I truly see this fight. I see this fight. It could be Bivol and Beterbiev. I could see this fight going like Bivol Beterbiev. Roy Jones Jr. versus James Toney. Maybe Canelo Alvarez versus Triple G, the first fight. Yeah, maybe Canelo Alvarez versus Triple G, where I see Canelo being Shakur Stevenson, using lateral movement, being on the outside versus Triple G. Maybe like that, right? In terms of style, how it may go. But I truly see it like Roy Jones Jr., James Toney. I truly see this fight going like that. I think for me, that's the perfect analogy of where they at the time, the styles, southpaw, defensive, highly technical. Both of these guys is highly technical. Both of these fighters have high IQ. Both of these fighters know how to duck, slip, punch, could fight a little bit on the inside. One guy got more power than the other. One guy is more freakish than the other. That's why I see this like Roy Jones Jr. and James Toney. And James Toney being Shakur and Roy Jones Jr. What was the scorecard for James Toney and Roy Jones Jr.? Hold on. Let me go to the scorecard. What was the scorecard? Hold on. Damn, it was wide. 118-109, 118-109, and 117-110. I see this fight closer in terms of the judges' scorecard. But the style of fight, let me see. The copy box says James Toney, Roy Jones Jr. outlanded James Toney 285 out of 614 punches. James Toney 157. I think the landing, I don't know. And the throwing, I think that both of these fighters may be in the 500, high 400 mark. Teofimo Lopez doesn't throw a lot of punches, but he did as of late. He's throwing a lot of punches, right? So see, I still see. I see Teo beating Shakur Stevenson and not like really demoralizing him. I don't see it demoralizing. I just see that Teo right now is at his peak confident wise. And just think about it. Shakur Stevenson is getting praise because he did what Teofimo Lopez did to Steve Claggett. Think about it. If y'all really think about it. Think about it, folks. Think about it. To be honest, the reason why Shakur Stevenson got so much praise versus William Zepeda is because he actually took risks. Teofimo Lopez always take risks. He stood in the ropes. Oh my gosh, Shakur Stevenson stood in the ropes. No, it's because Shakur Stevenson actually did something that you wanted him to do. Take risks, sit on his punches, don't run. But in all actuality, William Cepeda landed 200-plus shots on Shakur Stevenson. The same way that Shakur Stevenson fought William Cepeda was the same way that Teofimo Lopez fought Steve Claggett. But Teofimo Lopez got scrutinized with that style. People praise Shakur Stevenson for the William Cepeda because we just wanted to see Shakur Stevenson get touched and hurt and see if he could take a punch. You understand? Because we look at Teo and Shakur Stevenson and we have different expectations of Teo and Shakur. The expectation we have for Teofimo Lopez is so high because of what he did to Vasily Lomachenko, and because already Teofimo Lopez spoiled the boxing world with entertainment, with knockouts, with power. You don't expect Shakur Stevenson to knock out people. So that's out of the question. You're not going to hold them to that. You don't expect Shakur Stevenson to break a fighter down and hurt him and nosebleed. And no, you expect Shakur Stevenson to outbox his opponent and to pitch out a masterclass. With Teofimo Lopez, you want him to do that and more. So he could look. Teo, look at the scorecard right here. Look, Teofimo versus Claggett. Scorecard. Look at this. Teofimo Lopez versus Steve Claggett. 120, 108. 120, 108. 119, 109. He basically pitched a shutout and got criticized by the world of boxing. Shakur Stevenson beat William. William Cepeda is not a champion. William Cepeda is who? William Cepeda was getting dropped by what people call a pillow puncher from Tevin Farmer. A guy that lost 7 to 8 times. William Cepeda never did anything special. Or because Shakur Stevenson went to war with William Cepeda and sat down on his punches and stayed in the ropes, and people felt that he probably would have got knocked down in one of them because the ropes held him up. He got praise. Shakur, and that's why I say that Teofimo Lopez is in another level, because you expect more from Teo than Shakur. He has more tools in the toolbox. Let me read this. Good looking out, Boxing Talk. Boxing Talk says Shakur don't have the offense to touch Teo. Kerr is blown up 135-pounder with no pop. 4th division, Teo could back him up like he did Loma and dominate him. Kerr could get dropped and look flat all night. I think that Shakur, look, it's one thing when you're sparring, they sparring together when they was teens, headgear and all. I think that Teofimo Lopez shown the world. And I hear this also, Boxing Talk, and other people saying, yo, but Teofimo Lopez also, you got to understand that Shakur Stevenson is a southpaw. Southpaw, all right. Teofimo Lopez's greatest wins was against southpaws. And if you ask Teofimo Lopez, to be real, he loved fighting southpaws. So that's not, I don't see any fear of getting hurt, any fear of getting cut, any fear of, there is no fear in terms of I'm going to get hurt by Shakur Stevenson. He's going to be technically sound. He's going to play it safe versus Teofimo Lopez. And Teofimo Lopez, all he has to do is come with the same type of mindset that he went with Vasily Lomachenko. Don't think about showboating. Don't think about being a showman. Nah. When Teofimo Lopez has his eyes on the prize, I'm here to win the boxing bout. Ain't nobody beating Teofimo Lopez. From people coming up from 135, 140, 147. Teofimo Lopez is not going to lose. Teofimo Lopez is not going to lose. Mark my words. I don't give a damn. Y'all be like, what about George Cambosa? Teofimo Lopez will not. When Teofimo Lopez's mind is set to win, I don't give a damn how. And that's what it is. All you have to do is win. If you want to hurt, win to hurt. But if you want to win a boxing bout, all you have to do is impress the judges. Those are the only people you got to impress. Not Turkey, not the ref, not the fans, Not the people, not the play-by-play dudes, not the fans, not the haters. 3 people. You impress those 3 people, and you know what they want out of you, and that's it. That's how you win a boxing bout. And that's why I'm saying that Devin Haney is going to impress the judges, while Ryan Norman Jr. may want to impress everybody else. Devin Haney is not going to make the same mistake he did with Ryan Garcia. Would never make the same mistake. His stock dropped, and his physical and got hurt so bad that he stood out a year out of the ring to get his mind right, his physical right. Devin Haney is going to fight like he did Jose Ramirez. And if Brian Norman Jr. doesn't stop that, we're going to see another shutout. Boxing Talk with a $10 super chat. Good looking now. Appreciate you. Boxing Talk said this a true dare to be great for Kerr. He a number 1 pound for pound if he beats Tio. Facts. Well, I say top 3. Top 3. Definitely maybe top 2, but top 3, yes. If he beats Tio, I'm saying this a cherry for Tio. This is easier for Tio than you think. I'm saying this easy work for Lopez. It's Cap saying it's 50-50. I got this fight. This is what it is. For me, I got them on the same level, but they're not equal. Like I did the video the other day. Shakur Stevenson and Teofimo Lopez, in my opinion, they're on the same level, but they're not equal. Teofimo Lopez is a better fighter because we expect more from Teofimo Lopez because we know that Teofimo Lopez got more tools in the toolbox than Shakur Stevenson. And we seen the toolbox of Teofimo Lopez displayed at the highest level. That's why people expect more from Teofimo Lopez. We hold him to higher regards. He got the better resume. He's shown more in terms of I can outbox you, I can hurt you, and things of that nature. Give me 1 second, folks. Give me 1 second. What up, what up, what up? Nah, that's my son that was calling me. That was my fault. That was my son that was calling me. So yeah. I got Teofimo Lopez being Shakur Stevenson. I got a lot of respect for both fighters. I think that Teofimo Lopez is just, he just got more wrinkles to his game to adjust, to do a lot of things in that ring. You know what I'm saying? I think the only issue maybe with Teofimo Lopez has been the way that he premeditates how a fight is going to go. So I think that was the issue with Sando Martin. But in my opinion, I had Teofimo Lopez beating Sando Martin. I believe I had it with 97-93. So, and Everybody in Madison Square Garden felt the same way. I don't know how people saw the fight watching TV saying, "Oh my God," no, I'm not. But anyway, I think he premeditated. I think he put a lot of pressure on himself to entertain. He was headlining the big room for the first time, and I think he really wanted to be a showman. And Sando Martin didn't want to give him the type of looks for him to do what he wanted to do, premeditated going into that fight. But when he doesn't think like that, he goes into the fight like a Josh Taylor, like a Vasily Lomachenko, like Arnold Barboza. You're going to see it's going to be very, very hard for Teofimo Lopez to lose. When it comes, Rap Star Boxing Knowledge, the voice of the UK London, said Norman Jr. is the favorite. They don't believe in Haney no more. They don't believe. Norman Jr. is the favorite. They don't believe in Haney anymore. Look, if Devin Haney fights outside of his character, outside of his DNA, he's going to lose the fight, and he's going to lose bad. He's going to lose bad. And I'm going to say like this. If Devin Haney does not fight within his character, his DNA, Devin Haney is going to land in the hospital like that Japanese guy. Devin Haney is going to take a worse whooping than Ryan Garcia. I'm saying it right now. And if Bill doesn't throw in the towel early, Devin Haney is going to be permanently damaged. You're going to see Devin Haney continue his career and going to look like Erickson Lubin. Anything you could touch him with a win and he's going to get knocked out. But if Devin Haney fights within his DNA and his character and fight for the judges and not the fans, and not his fans nor his critics, nor what Turkey Al Sheikh wants, nothing. Because at the end of the day, Devin Haney, like I said, I've been saying throughout the whole live, Devin Haney got this opportunity to cash in again, fighting the way that Devin Haney fights. If Devin Haney ran, he's getting his $10 million again by running. He's getting the bigger opportunity to become a 3-division world champion by running. And he got Turkey Al Sheikh on his side by running. All that Tom and Jerry stuff is out the window. Turkey doesn't give a damn about that. He gave Devin Haney another chance. That's it. All Devin Haney has to do is do what got you there, right? Don't fix what's not broken. Boxing Talk in the building. Con otro $10 said it will look like Taylor versus Lopez. You can make an honest case for Shakur winning that. Not Lopez fighting stupid. The style matchup is perfect for Tio. Punch. You can make a case for Kerr being Tio. I don't have Kerr beating Tio. I don't see it. Because I know that Teofimo Lopez is up for this fight. I know Tio. I don't gotta even speak to Teofimo Lopez to know that he's up for this fight. Hey, yo, Tio right now is licking his chops right now. And I'm gonna tell you like this: Teofimo Lopez has never been so devalued and counted out as he's right now. See, with Vasily Lomachenko, he's young, he's green. It was with Josh Taylor, y'all went off of what Teofimo Lopez said in the post-fight interview after the Sando Martin fight, and he proved that wrong. But this one right here, Teofimo Lopez coming with great momentum. People don't think that he's better than Shakur. The business of boxing, everybody's talking shit about Tio. Eddie Hearn don't like him. Bob Arum talk shit. We all know that Turkey don't like Tio. We all know the business don't like everybody's again. He knows all his haters. A lot of people turned on Tio as well. Tio is licking his chops. This is when Tio is at his best. See, Tio, when he's on the up and up and everybody love him, this is when Tio works good. When his back is against the wall, that's when he shows out. Mr. I told you so. It would look like Tio. I'm telling you. And maybe, you know what? And I think that Shakur is going to be overly confident. Yeah, he got Bud on his side. He got Andre Ward on his side. They don't like Tio. And you're going to beat that motherfucker up. You got everybody on his side. the favorite, the boogie's on your side. People hate T.O. more than Shakur. You got Floyd Mayweather going to your training camp. Oh, man, I'm telling you, man. Trust me. I think Shakur's going to be overly confident. And he's going to be like, yo, man, I used to spar with T.O., but shit, he got this good. He got this good. And this shit is 8-ounce gloves now. T.O. is a man. He ain't a boy. Boxing Talk with a $10 super chat. God bless you. Boxing Talk says, and you got it. And you got it. Being easy work. That's why you building it up. You know T.O. about to have a master class. I know you know it. Could it be a stoppage too? You know this. I told everybody fight. To be honest, I'm not predicting a stoppage. I'm predicting that he's going to win like Roy Jones Jr. beat James Toney. That's the way I see it. The God-given ability is just Shakur is not going to be. He's not going to keep. I don't think that Shakur fought nothing like a T.O. in the professional level. He fought everybody that just stands in front of him. He haven't fought nobody that is freakishly fast, power, speed, athletic. He hasn't fought nothing like that. T.O. has. T.O. fought fucking Vaseno Machiko in his prime, the best footwork in boxing. T.O. fought a more crafty fighter. When Shakur Stevenson, Shakur Stevenson is going to have to also be offensive if he wants to gain some points. See, the misconception is that Shakur is a better defensive fighter. No, that Shakur got better defense than Teofimo Lopez. No. Maybe he got better defense because he doesn't risk it like T.O. See, Shakur is more of a defensive fighter. He don't got better defense. He's more of a defensive fighter. You know what I'm saying? And I gave that analogy the other day on my video. You could be great. You could be in the same level when in terms of great. You could be great. These two entities could go into the Hall of Fame, whether it was in basketball, right? But it's just like Teofimo Lopez. And there's going to be like a disrespect, okay? But let me see how to put it like this. Teofimo Lopez is Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen is Shakur Stevenson. You understand the analogy? Scottie Pippen, he could be a scorer, but he quite can't be a scorer like Jordan. He could be just as equally a good defender, right? Right? He could be equally a good defender like Pippen. Michael Jordan had a defensive player of the year award, right? Before. They could be equally defensive, but Michael Jordan carries the load defense and offensively. You're expecting more out of Michael Jordan than Scottie Pippen, yet both of them are very important. Both of them are great. Both of them are great. You expect more from Jordan because you know Jordan could do more than Scottie Pippen. You know that Jordan could dunk over people better than Scottie Pippen. You know that Jordan is more clutch than Scottie Pippen. You know that Jordan workload is more than Scottie Pippen. You expect more out of Jordan than Scottie Pippen, but both is great. Both is going to the Hall of Fame. If you understand what I'm saying. Rapstar Boxing Anna said T.O. is hot and cold. T.O. is hot and cold to the expectations of what you have for Teofimo Lopez. How did Shakur Stevenson perform versus Nakatilia? How did Shakur Stevenson perform versus Edo de los Santos? Is that hot and cold? But people don't give that analogy to Shakur Stevenson hot and cold. Was that a hot and cold with Edu de los Santos? The same way for Teofimo Lopez that people feel hot and cold with Jermaine Ortiz, or the expectations that we have different for Teofimo Lopez. We expect Teofimo Lopez, because what he did to Vasily Lomachenko at the highest level, he has to outdo to be the pound for pound number one at the time. So with Jermaine Ortiz, you don't expect Teofimo Lopez to just outbox Jermaine Ortiz. You expect Teofimo Lopez to hurt Jermaine Ortiz and stop Jermaine Ortiz. He became a world champion by stopping Richard Comey in the second round. That's what the expectation of you have with Teofimo Lopez. The expectation that you have for Teofimo Lopez, when Lopez became a champion, he knocked out Richard Comey, a respectable champion, in the second round. He unified the titles by outboxing the pound for pound number one at the time. Those are your expectations of Teofimo Lopez. It's not the hot and cold, it's that the expectation is so high. He became a champion by knocking out by Richard Comey in the second round and outboxed regarding pound for pound number one. Anything less than that is always going to be, well, Teofimo Lopez ain't do this. Teofimo Lopez ain't do that. That's like when Mike Tyson's knocking everybody else out. And then he knock out Trevor, was it Trevor Burbick? I think it was Trevor Burbick. Or what was the other guy's name? Not Trevor Burbick. Razor Ruddock. When he didn't knock out Razor Ruddock in the first round, Razor Ruddock, oh shit, Mike Tyson can't knock everybody else out. Shit, we need a rematch. Because your expectation was for Mike Tyson to knock out Razor Ruddock. So anything of that, once you spoil the boxing fans, once you spoil it, it's hard to match that what got you saying wow about Tio. Boxing talk. There's gonna be Edu de los Santos. Let his hands go. I don't know why Kerr would do this. Tio don't gotta worry about getting hurt. He can't match Tio's feet. Kerr don't have the combo punching. Tio gonna pick him apart. I don't think Shakur Stevens is really gonna risk it with Teofimo Lopez. He's not. He's smart enough and he knows Tio. Shakur Stevens always said in interviews, Tio, he's a bad dude. Look what he tweeted the other day. I know I got a real fighter in front of me. They all know Tio. They all know Tio. They all know Tio. The reason why these guys now are very vocal in calling out Tio is because Turkey Al Sheikh got that bag. And now I'm good to risk it with Tio. I'm good in taking the loss. I'm good. Let's not forget that Devin Haney was not willing to fight Teofimo Lopez when the top-ranked deal came about. He wanted to fight Teofimo Lopez with that large money of Turkey Al Sheikh. Let's not forget about that. Oh, yeah, Teofimo Lopez pulled out of negotiations with Devin Haney. But let's not forget that it is the money that talks. It's not the bravado. It's not that, man, I'll beat the crap out of Teofimo Lopez. Oh, no, it wasn't safe to fight Teofimo Lopez with the $2.5 million. It was not safe. It was not safe for Devin Haney to fight Teofimo Lopez for the $2.5 million. The confidence came as, we can't say no to Turkey Al Sheikh. Fuck this. $10 million, I'll fight anybody. Just because you're getting way more money, that doesn't make you that, oh, you got the balls and the confidence. No, you just got the confidence not to say no to that type of money. Because the traditional way of boxing, right now, if take out Turkey Al Sheikh, to be honest, we wouldn't be talking about Shakur Stevenson versus Teofimo Lopez right now as a possible next matchup. We wouldn't. If Shakur was still a top rank, and I don't think they would have put that fight right now. But the money talks. The money is the type that Turkey's money is the type of is the type to make what's his name? The African dude. Make him get in the plane the next day and fight Joseph Parker. What? What did you going to give me? Are you crazy, Turkey? I say, are you for real? You going to give me this to fight Joseph Parker? Oh, you kidding me? Stop it, Turkey. You're very good to me. Stop it, Turkey. Are you going to give me that type of $1 million? Are you promise me you're going to give me that? All I have to do is to get in the plane and be there tomorrow to fight Joseph Parker. You asking me if I'm training right now? Yes, I am. I am ready. I've been training every day. Yes. How much you going to give? Yes, I be in a plane too. Everybody be ready. We're going to Saudi. Yes, Turkey, I will do it. Yes. But we all know that McConey ain't gonna be fighting no damn Joseph Park if it was the same Skippy check. You don't know that. But Cody got that phone call with Turkey. I said, but Khalid, I need your help right now. Are you around naked women, Bakali? Are you in the gym? All right. Daniel Dubar this motherfucker just did the same thing that Kid Austin did. All right? I need you. I need you to prove to the boxing world that I can make things happen like this. Are you ready? I'm giving you millions of dollars to fight Joseph Parker right now. Get in the plane. What are you? Do it for me, the Turk. What are you doing for me? How much is it? It will be life-changing money, my friend. Do you understand? You would have queens in your dick after the day. I would give you millions. You would have 12 wives, and you could afford all of them. Do you want it? Are you serious? Are you serious, Turkey? Don't play with me, Turkey. I have a lot of debt. Are you serious? I will fight Joseph Parker right now. I am ready. Only if you're ready. Yes, I am ready right now. I will go down there in plane right now, Turkey. Shit. Just because the motherfuckers offering you man money and stuff like that, it's not your cojones. It's not your is that you have the cojones not to say no to that type of money. That's what it is. But I believe that Devin Haney is going to outbox Brian Noma Jr. I wouldn't be surprised if Brian Noma Jr. does hurt Devin Haney or stops Devin Haney. I wouldn't be surprised, but that's not my prediction. I wouldn't be surprised if Brian Noma Jr. hurts and stops Devin Haney, but that's not my prediction. My prediction is I believe that Devin Haney is going to outbox Brian Noma Jr. 116, 112. That's the way that I see it. It's going to be if Devin Haney, who is the better in this fight? Are you going to stop Devin Haney from impressing the judges? Are you going to stop Devin Haney from winning the 4 criteria and scoring the bout? Is Brian Noma Jr. is good enough at this level right now at this time? Maybe he could be better, but right now at this time. And I'm going to say like this. Brian Noma Jr. got better momentum than Devin Haney in terms of the mental part of things. So I'm going to tell you this shit. I'm going to tell you right now. All that in the gym, looking cut up, all that. No. Is Devin Haney going to perform to secure the bag? Or is he going to perform for the fans? I think Devin Haney is never going to do what he did versus Ryan Garcia. He's never going to risk it like that. Devin Haney is doing pretty well by running, and that's what he's going to do. And he's going to win. That's my prediction. Devin Haney going to win 116-112 versus Brian Noma Jr. Brian Noma Jr. is going to get frustrated. He's going to get frustrated. The one thing about both fighters, I'm going to say it like this, that both of these guys are not coming with pressure because they're fighting out there in Saudi Arabia. So Brian Noma Jr., he fought in Japan, so he know how to fight away. He know how to perform away. He got no pressure. Devin Haney is fighting away. He got no pressure. So I think mentally, I think they're going to be highly comfortable and they're really going to go through their game plan and really execute whatever game plan they have. I really think so. There is no pressure out there in Saudi Arabia for them. I'm going to tell you like this. If this fight was here, then Devin Haney will hear the hate. Devin Haney would hear, or you see how the build up to the to the Jose Ramirez in Times Square, he was hearing the boos and stuff like that. Whatever, you're gonna get knocked out. Trust me, Devin Haney, he ain't gonna risk it like that, bro. But him not risking it still finds himself winning. So let me know what y'all think, man. Y'all already know this is Punch One Boxing, aka Mr. Moonshine myself. Tomorrow we back. And ladies and gentlemen, Thursday, we have a special interview this Thursday. I'm going to try to get more interviews before Thursday, but on Thursday, I already locked in the interview with Shadeja Green, possible next opponent for Claressa Shields. That's the fight. Again, Claressa Shields, she says she got an $8 million deal. Whatever is great. $8 million. You deserve whatever money you get. I believe that every fighter deserves to get paid very, very, very well. They risk their lives in that ring. But just like any big deal, that's not a deal for the boxing fans. The only way that we care about your deal is who is in that deal. So you got $8 million, Claressa Shields, or you're going to fight Shadeja Green? Is it Crew DeJourn in the mix? Is a rematch with Savannah Marshall? Because that's all we care about, the boxing fans. You party and get just like with Canelo Alvarez. Yeah, Canelo Alvarez got that deal, right? But the fans wanted to see at the time when he signed that deal, is he going to give the boxing fans the Triple G trilogy? Just like when Floyd Mayweather locked in that deal with Showtime. Okay, good for Floyd Mayweather. But are you going to fight Manny Pacquiao? Right? That's the only time the boxing world really celebrates that deal. Who are you going to fight? Because when Canelo Alvarez got that deal with PBC, a lot of people wanted to see if we're going to fight David Benavidez. So we don't give a damn about the big deal. In all reality, we congratulate you for the big deal. But the boxing fans only care about your big deal if it has the names attached to it, to the potential opponents that we want you to fight. That's diabolical, bringing up Green after. No, it's not. I just want some answers. Boxing talk. Boxing just want some answers. Huh? Oh, yeah. Let's take it up a notch. Huh? Hey, yo, we gonna take it up a notch, boxing talk. Oh, yeah. Let's talk about this women boxing stuff. Huh? But we're gonna keep it boxing. Oh, we're gonna keep it boxing. Shadeja Green versus Claressa Shields. Got $8 million. That you better fight Shadeja Green. Forget about Punch One Boxing. Think about Punch One Boxing in the court. You gotta fight Shadeja Green. But yeah, man. Subscribe to the channel, smash the like button. Love you. God bless. And on to the next.